How are you? Welcome to Funded House Facebook. Anyone who's watching right now or later, my name is Moby. I am the host of The Fire Show, Austin's podcast about entrepreneurship. And today, I'm with Eric Trippetts, co-founder, NASGO. How are you, Eric?
Doing awesome. Hey, Mom.
Good to see you, man. Yeah.
No, if anybody else is watching, I'm always, well, my mom's watching, always. There's one fan right there.
That's true.
On.
That's true. That's true. And now there's two, maybe. Because
That's-
my mom is watching.
Sweet.
We've got two fans. Look at that. How's your day going?
It's going awesome. This is first time in Austin.
Really?
First time in Austin. What a cool vibe,
Yeah.
amazing just culture that I'm starting to learn about Austin.
Yeah.
Second is just this South by Southwest is amazing.
Yeah.
The diversity of people around the world coming in for arts and music and media, blockchain, social impact. What a cool place to have everybody converge and, try to change the world.
I love how friendly it is and how this is. Well, when you go to a conference, it's just one place or maybe two places. But here it's the whole city. I was coming in the morning and I was sitting in an Uber pool and I started talking to the person behind me.
Yeah.
And invited her to a happy hour because she's from Poland and she's doing creative installations over here.
Yes.
And I told her to come to a happy hour because we're doing an international thing. I love this stuff.
I love it. Well, and it's at a traditional conference, everybody's very stuffy. It's very corporate. It's, they're
Here's
walking
my card.
around.
Hello.
It's, here's my business card.
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
This is everybody in their own element. Everybody just being super casual like this. This is such a cool environment to have. We're just talking versus you're getting on. You got almost a script that you're talking about.
Wait, I didn't send you the script?
Oh, damn it.
We missed it.
I missed it. Oh, this is going to get weird.
All right.
Let's keep this weird. Let's keep Austin weird.
Let's keep Austin weird. All right. So, we're going to talk about your company, but I want to bring to the audience attention something that you said, which is not just talking about blockchain, but applied blockchain, right? Not just the features of something, but the benefits of something. And I think we're going to center the interview around your
to do it. And so these were little micro loans, $1,000 maximum, and it was the local community that would come in and directly fund it to the company. We were purely just a platform to connect those two. So
why'd you start that one in China, by the way?
My partner's out of Singapore, and
Yeah.
his world is China.
Okay.
Both of us are serial entrepreneurs, never had a job. I think we're at a place to where we're unemployable, to where I don't think we can work for anybody.
You gotta work for yourself.
Probably many people feel that same way. Like, you know what? I don't think I can get a job. Nobody will hire me. Vendors and say, hey, I'm going to open up another shop. I will give you a check, and in 3 months you can cash it, or 6 months you can cash it. That's the way that world works. So we launched in January 2015, and within 6 months we had 3.5 million people, did over $3 billion.
In 3 months?
In 6 months.
In 6 months. Any startup founder watching this right now is like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll call it an amazing nightmare because you had firewalls that were constantly blocking and shutting down your website. We got hacked 9 times, and traditional banking could not handle that kind of revenues. So instantly they think you're money laundering.
Yeah.
And so you have to go through all of those every day or every week of showing people this is a good thing for society. It's growing the economy. It's growing entrepreneurship. And so one day our CTO came to us and said, there's this thing called blockchain. And I've been working on it 2 years of building this. I think if we put some money and some time behind it, we really could create something that's going to change the world.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, I was like, well, how do you even spell this? So I had to get educated very quickly, but I started to realize it was solving some of the major issues like building trust. And with so many scams in China and so many people trying to do cross-border, global commerce, how do you build that trust and transparency that you can actually build that very fair relationship that people want to be partners? And so we spent 3 years on building this blockchain, and we launched March 19th of 2018.
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
And it was really our attempt to say everybody's got their niche of where I want to go. Ours was 100% focused on entrepreneurs, SMEs, small and medium-sized businesses. These are anyone from a flower shop, a florist, to a media company, whatever it might be, of how do you help them get into the game and make blockchain. I look at blockchain as the internet. People use it every day, but they have no clue how the internet works.
Yeah.
They don't get into HTTP, the protocols and FTP. They just understand that, hey, this is how websites work and this is how the internet works. It was somebody that took that and made it applicable, made it to where people could apply it to their daily lives. And that's really what NASGO, as we built our blockchain, we've also built tools to enable people to utilize it, to be able to either build on it from a developer standpoint, all the SDKs and APIs, and then also mass market. We've been called the GoDaddy of blockchain because we really have created the tools to make it simple to go onto blockchain.
So, walk me through the experience of someone who heard about your platform, let's say a week ago.
Yep.
And they have a small cookie business. And they're super popular in this small town and they want to expand. How would they start looking at your platform, understanding what it does, and use the benefits of it?
I love that. So you got kind of 3 steps I look at. Number 1 is you need to digitize your company or your asset. Okay. Because you got to give people the ability to be connected to you. So, and this isn't very different than, you got 2 types of assets, tokens. You got a utility token and you have a security token. Security token is a company would go public onto a NASDAQ and go, build stocks. This is very different where a company would say, all right, I'm going to come on to NASGO, and for around $300, you can buy your domain address, your name, register your company on blockchain. You can buy your domain address, and you can digitize your asset. So when I say digitize your asset, it's tokenizing your company. So let's just call it the cookie company. So we call it the cookie token. Yeah. Okay. So
they would make their own tokens.
They make their own token. Okay. And they say, and I've got 1 billion of these, or however many they want, of these cookie tokens. So now they've got their token. Now they need to go and expose it to their market and new markets. So we have this app called Vapor, V-A-P-R. Vapor is an augmented reality app that utilizes tokens in the game. Yeah. And so the whole point is a company would say, all right, I'm gonna use these tokens and I'm going to go and post content and I'm gonna pin the content right at my location. And so I'm gonna incentivize people, and it's very similar to Pokemon Go. Yeah. So remember, you'd watch people walking around and they're kicking
being
ninja.
hit by cars and all
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So you got people engaged into a game that they can wake up in the morning and look up and look around and they're spinning, and they can say, wow, that the cookie company is giving tokens away and giving free cookies today. So now it leads them right to your store. Before they can get that cookie token, they have to watch your video.
Yeah.
So they watch the video, then up comes that cookie token, they click on it, and the token goes bling and goes right in their wallet.
So I have these tokens as a cookie company, and I build these tokens, and then I allow potential customers, to get them through interactions or whatever mechanism I choose, right?
Yes.
What are some other mechanism, even outside of the app, that they can actually get tokens? Can I just give them away?
Absolutely.
Like interact with social media, just give them away?
So you can have to where your customers come in and you say to them, hey, I want to, every time you come in, I'm going to give you 10 of my cookie tokens.
Yeah.
Use them when you come back. So the whole point of these tokens is their loyalty, their incentives, their rewards for doing things. Share my company and get five of my cookie tokens. Everybody looks at tokens as a currency like money. This is a currency of loyalty, of rewards, of connection in my community.
Oh, yeah.
Groupon's doing it today. Coupons are doing it today. There's loyalty, reward point. American Airlines, I get American Airlines points.
Yep.
No different. You got to think of tokens. The only difference is I own them. So recently, I went to American Airlines and I had a bunch of system-wide upgrades.
Yeah.
And I tried to give one to a friend to use. They called and I get a call from American Airlines saying, hey, you just gave one of your system-wide upgrades to somebody. You can't do that. And I said, what are you talking about? I can't do it. I own those. And they go, no, you don't. We own those. And we got in a full-blown battle to where at the end, they took all 8 of my system-wide upgrades. And I there's nothing I could say about it.
Because you don't own it.
That I don't own it. And they were like, you know what? You piss us off. We'll take them away. I'm like, I can't do anything about that because I don't own them. But this is very different that if you own the token, if you now are American Airlines and you have Delta tokens, I can trade you. I'm going to fly a Delta flight. I'd love to be able to use those for my upgrade. I can now trade with you peer-to-peer. And Delta, American, doesn't matter. And in reality, they are actually gaining a new customer.
I can see that. It's I liked your analogy with currency and the fact that we own it. I mean, I think of content as leverage because I can make it and I can use that to meet other people.
Totally.
But when you own tokens or something else, I feel like you can leverage that not just for that company but for others too.
Yes. And it's great. It's great for the companies. If you get out of the mindset of this is a dollar or this is currency in that state or it's speculation of of coins and Bitcoin and all of that. This is from a standpoint of I would love to have a token, have a part of the ecosystem, because every time somebody gives it to somebody else, that's a new customer for me. So in reality, it's a benefit to them, and I get to set the rules. Meaning, you could have 1 billion of my cookie tokens, but every time you come in and redeem that, my rules are you can use 20 of those tokens, and I give you 20% off your bill.
Yeah.
So you don't get a free lunch.
Yeah.
You get 20% off with those tokens.
But the customer owns it, which is the big part.
But the customer owns it, and it can be exchanged with other people that want to go try the cookie or want to go over to American Airlines, whatever that might be. It's an ecosystem that facilitates it.
Awesome. I love it. So let's talk about, because we were talking about 3-4 days ago when I met you, and you started talking about some of the stories of being in China and going around the world and talking about this infrastructure and your platform. What does that mean? What do you go around in the world doing when you actually go out and educate government leaders, business leaders about blockchain and applied blockchain?
So it's really about building a new decentralized internet.
Yeah.
So every time we go and talk, it's really either to business owners,
Yeah.
or we're starting to talk to a lot of government officials of saying, hey, this blockchain thing is coming. How do we get in the game? Versus where governments are going, I don't like it because it's anonymous and we can't see.
And it's scary.
It is scary.
Yeah.
And does it take away our power? What they're starting to realize is that blockchain has a very clear and open commerce to it, and a very open way that governments can start to be involved.
Yeah.
They're starting to realize that it's a great thing for them with taxes. You know, it gives people the ability governments to be able to tax on it. Second thing is it allows them to, you know, I've got one country right now that wants to go taxless. And when I showed them the ability that they could create their own security token, and they can create their own currency, that when everybody uses it, the delegate rewards from the blockchain that rewards the power, or rewards whoever's providing power to the network on their side chain, they would make more in those blockchain rewards than they would actually make in taxes.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different mindset from, you know, governments trying to figure out, like governments and the people battling. It's actually bringing them together and saying we all win. If we go onto blockchain, we're all going to win in this.
I like it. So what are your plans for the next year?
Global domination.
You got it.
I mean,
we're going to end it right here.
Is that okay?
Yeah, hell yeah, it is. Hell yeah.
It's